Peace, love, and light, family, and welcome to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Ty, and I'm super happy to have you. Hopefully, you'll take a look around, like what you see, and hit the subscribe button. If you're returning, thank you so much for joining me again. I truly appreciate all of the love and the support. Hopefully, you've already subscribed to the channel. You guys, if you're new to tarot and you don't know how this works, it is a general reading, so everything won't resonate. Please take only what resonates, leave the rest for someone else. Also, keep in mind that roles are interchangeable, so you should place yourself and anybody in your story where you know they belong, because only you know where they belong. Okay, let's get into it. You guys, I have been picking up very strongly twin flame energy, and I never do twin flame readings, like really twin flame focused, but I felt called to do one today, this morning, and so here we are. So if you feel like you are on a twin flame journey, then there may be a message in this for you. And if you're not familiar with what the twin flame journey is, twin flames is basically one soul that was split into two, right? And so you have two people who are meant to evolve and meant to learn certain lessons, and at some point in this lifetime, a lifetime, you connect, you find each other. And usually when you find each other, one twin triggers the other twin's awakening, because there's usually one twin who is more evolved than the other person. And, you know, it is a very passionate, very strong connection. You feel like you know the person because you do. You recognize their soul. Your souls recognize each other. So it could feel like a very strong attraction, a very strong connection. You feel like this person gets you, you get them. It's just like a click, and you're there, right? All of a sudden you're in love, that kind of thing, right? Where it's like that whole, I know it sounds a little bit cliche, but like the love at first sight thing, right? You feel like you are very drawn to this person. What else? Usually on the twin flame journey, it's not an easy journey, right? Because you're both meant to trigger each other and help each other evolve. And so there's usually a period of separation where you know, you come together, you're like magnets to each other, but then because each of you is meant to trigger each other, you know, you can also repel each other. A lot of times, you know, just in the twin flame journey, it could be that one twin hasn't evolved to the point where they recognize the connection. It could also be, you know, you have a runner chaser situation where one person is running away from the connection because they still have some evolving to do, right? And during that time of separation, they're meant to raise their vibration to match, you know, the other twin, and vice versa. And you're meant to meet again, right? You will come together again when your vibrations match, if you're doing the work, okay? A lot of times there could, you know, be situations that get in the way of union. And so, yeah, so we're gonna dig into that, okay? But if you do make it through the very challenging twin flame journey, you are meant to experience the highest level of love, which is agape love, right? It's love like no other, right? You're meant to do work on this planet. You're meant to inspire others, to motivate others in some way, shape, or form through your love and the process of your love, okay? So I just felt really called to doing that, to doing this twin flame reading this morning, because I'm picking up that we're stepping into a time where twin flame unions are about to happen, right? Like I feel like over the past few years, you know, there hasn't really been much movement with respect to your twin. And it could be some, you know, some of you haven't even encountered your twin yet, but you can feel like, I don't know, you can feel this energy of like love or something coming in, even though you haven't really identified a person yet. And, you know, for those of you who haven't identified a person, who aren't with someone, but you feel that energy, your twin flame is calling out to you, or you are calling out to your twin. So you can, if you feel like you feel that energy, then, you know, that may be something that you're about to experience as well, okay? And you'll know because you'll feel it, right? And I'm not talking about a karmic, okay? Because you could experience relationships where, or connections where you feel really drawn to the person, and there's a lot of passion, but it could be very tumultuous. It could be unhealthy. It could be codependent or narcissistic. And so this is not that kind of thing, okay? That's more karmic-y, okay? You're meant to learn a lesson from that will help you evolve, but it's not a twin flame, you know, it's not a twin flame journey. It's something that you're supposed to learn from and move on from, okay? So yeah, and I know it could get really tricky. All right, so let's check in. Spirit, and I usually don't use these oracle decks, but I was guided to using them today, so let's get into it. Tell me about the current energy for my twin flames. Tell me about the current energy for my twin flames for the collective. What is the current energy for the twin flames, those on a twin flame journey? What is the current energy? Thank you, mask. Hiding true feelings, pretending and delude, gaslight and personify. Okay. Whoa, okay. That came out. Not today. Boundaries and her avoiding conversation, not dealing, still upset. Okay. I don't feel an energy of like anger here with this, but I feel like this is definitely runner energy, right? Someone who's not acknowledging their feelings. They just really don't want to. They feel what they feel, but they're in denial about what they feel. And I feel like with that energy, it's like, you know, they don't feel, not that they don't feel safe with you, but whatever it is that they are experiencing in their own life, something that you don't know about, that they're masking. I feel like they need to keep you at bay because they're just not ready to be vulnerable in that way yet. Whoa, too many cards. One more here, please. Interested in you, blooming romance, flirting, want a date. Yeah, so I feel like deep down inside, this person does have all, look at this, clarity and truth, revelations, honor and protection, determination. So yeah, so I feel like even though they're feeling like they have this mask up, I feel like there's going to come a point where they're not going to be able to hold that together anymore, right? Because the underlying energy is that they know the truth. They know what they feel for you or what you feel for them. Flip the roles however you want to flip them, okay? If I'm picking up on your energy, just be honest with yourself about it. That's all, okay? Because I just pick up on energy. So I do feel like, you know, this is someone, for many of you, this is someone who has their guard up, and we'll dig into that, right? Who has their guard up. You haven't even gotten to really experience this person, right? You haven't really gotten the chance to date. You haven't really gotten the chance to just be in each other's presence, right? But they feel this attraction to you. They are interested. They want to be truthful with you about their feelings, right? Yeah. Okay. That's definitely like runner chaser. I don't have the chaser yet, but there's definitely a runner here. Okay. Messages from the twin. I love you unconditionally. I don't react when people mention you. What else? I knew exactly what I was doing. Okay. Bottom of the deck. I'm so attracted to you. I love you. Okay. So I feel like this person, for some of you, this is someone who is in denial about their feelings. Like they know what they feel, but they haven't been honest with themselves or you about what they feel, right? But they do feel very attracted to you. They do feel like that strong pull toward you. They do feel that connection. I also feel like they are keeping you at bay because they aren't ready to face something in their own life. There's something else going on here, right? I love you unconditionally. I don't react when people mention you. For those of you who are experiencing separation from your twin, who have been on that journey of coming together and, you know, moving apart, I do feel like, again, that person is hiding a lot of feelings, right? Like they're living a lie, so to speak, like in the sense that, you know, when with that, I don't react when people mention you. I feel like they mask the fact that they miss you, that they love you, and that they know they messed up in some sort of way here, right? With whatever it is that occurred between the two of you. All right, let's get into the tarot. All right, let's get into the tarot. Okay, tell me about the person on collective's mind. Tell me about their twin. Tell me about their twin. What is the energy of their twin? Tell me about the person on collective's mind. Tell me about their twin. Ace of Wands. Yeah, I feel like they are very attracted to you. They do want to initiate communication. Okay, it's like they want to start something new again. I'm telling you, I'm feeling that energy of wanting to pick up again, right? Wanting to communicate whatever it is that's coming up for them again. Yeah, Nine of Cups. They want to tell you that you are what they want, right? It's about wish fulfillment. I feel like they look at you like you are for some of you, you know, this person is just coming to the realization that you already were everything that they wanted or that they needed, or that they desired. And for others of you, I feel like this is, you know, them. Ooh. Two of Cups. Yeah, they're feeling like they want to reach out to you. They feel the pull. They feel the connection. They feel very drawn to you. They feel like you are everything that they want. With the Nine of Cups coming out at the center of the spread, I feel like for those of you who are, again, experiencing separation from this person may have walked away from you, or you may have walked away from your person to go seek something else. But I feel like you're coming, or they are coming to the realization that you were already everything that they wanted. You were their ninth cup. You had everything that they wanted. You had everything that they needed, but they may have moved away to go, you know, look for something else, and the grass ain't greener, baby. On the other side, it's green where you water it, right? While others of you, this is really just experiencing a moment where you connect with someone, right? And it's just like, poof, sparks, the death card, the death. So this is about change and transformation. This came out in last night's reading. And so I feel like, yeah, there's something here that's blocking this connection because of something that has to come to an end first. Yeah, the Queen of Swords. So I feel like if this person cut you out of their life, or you cut them out of their life, now they're thinking about you, you're on their mind, and they're thinking about how to come in and communicate with you. King of Swords, this is a match, okay? So the King and the Queen of Swords are usually people who have been divorced or have gone through a separation, right? So it could have been that this person was in a relationship, in a connection, and needed to get out of that situation before coming into you, okay? Because the King and the Queen of Swords are here. So I feel like you guys might be also holding back, right, feelings from each other. It's like you're guarding, each of you is guarding yourself for whatever reasons, right? You could be guarding yourself because you don't want to get hurt. They could be guarding themselves because they don't want to hurt you, or vice versa, or they don't want to hurt someone else in their life. But I feel like this person is really, your person is really thinking about this connection and how it makes them feel, with a desire to communicate. How are you feeling? Tell me about your feelings. Tell me about the collective's feelings. Tell me about the collective's feelings. Tell me about the collective's feelings. The Five of Swords. I feel like you're struggling mentally with this situation. I feel like there's really a mental battle here. That Five of Swords tells me that, you know, you've been thinking a lot about this. Maybe you feel defeated. Maybe you feel like, you know, you were cheated out of something. Maybe they feel like they were cheated out of something. The Ten of Cups. I'm telling you, I'm picking up a strong energy here of someone who is either in a committed relationship and has awakened to a new connection, right? And some of you, this is what you're experiencing. You haven't been able to come together with your twin because they've been in another connection for a long time. Okay, the Hangman, yeah, but I feel like this, you are heavy on this person's mind, or they are heavy on your mind, okay, with a desire for the future, right? It's like they can see a future with you. You can see a future with them. This person might feel tied or bound by obligations because they have children, or, you know, they have a home, but, you know, they've built something with someone else here. Wow. I saw it. You see it. These are the twins. These are twin. This is twin flame energy. This is the Lover's card. Gemini, air energy. So there's a lot of air energy here. Okay, Aquarius, Aquarius, Gemini, Aquarius, and Libra. Okay, I was gonna say Virgo. But I feel like, yeah, there's this strong pull. There's this strong connection here. And it's like, I feel like these are two people who encountered each other, and literally, like, someone's world is now flipped upside down, right? Because they've awakened to this connection, or they're awakening to this connection, right? Here, it's like, even if it's for some of you, if it's someone who is in a connection, okay, and you have had a platonic connection with them, right? It's just been friendship, it's been light, it's been platonic, maybe some flirting, right, with the Lover's card here. But there hasn't been any actual intercourse or anything like that. I feel like they feel like, oh my gosh, you are everything that I never knew I wanted, right? It's like they're looking at their whole life differently right now because they have all of these feelings, and they're trying to keep it together, right, with the Queen of Swords here. But there's a decision to make here, okay, because they feel this very strong connection to you, or you to them, okay? This is a pull, right? And so now they're looking at their life, and they're trying to keep their emotions together. They're trying to be strong. They're trying to keep everything, they're trying to keep it together, okay? With the Five of Swords here, I feel this is more about their own guilt and feeling like beating themselves up, right? Tell me about the Five of Swords. Clarify the Five of Swords here. Clarify the Five of Swords here. Or you could be feeling like, oh, wow, this is a bummer, right? You could have felt the connection and then found out, oh, man, like, they have someone. You know what I mean? Like, this is not realistic. Tell me about the Five of Swords. Thank you. The Ace of Swords. Yeah. So I feel like this person is awakening, or wants to be truthful with themselves, wants to be honest about how they feel, wants to be honest about their thoughts, right? They want something that they want to be clear about, you know, where they stand, or where they're, you know, the movement of this situation, and whatever it is that is standing in the way of this situation. With the Ace of Swords and the Five of Swords here, I feel like they want to move away. That's Six Swords. They want to move away from, you know, anything that causes them conflict. They don't want any issues. They don't want to cause you or anybody else any issues. But I feel like they might, you know, experience they might be experiencing a situation within their home space or in their personal life that you're not aware of, that has caused a lot of conflict, right? Maybe they're in a relationship where they have a lot of arguments, and just things are not seeing eye to eye. With the Ten of Cups, they could very well have been in this situation for a very long time, right? They could have built a whole life with this person, and now they're seeing things very differently because they're awakening to all of these new feelings, right? I feel so much for you. I didn't even know I could feel this way again. There's this, again, a very strong attraction here. The King of Cups is in the reverse. So I feel like this is somebody who's trying to remove their emotions, like take their emotions out of the equation so that they can think logically about this situation. I don't know how that's going to work out. Right? Tell me about the Ten of Cups here. Why is the Ten of Cups here? The Queen of Wands. Yeah. So this couldn't be more clear. All right. So with the Ten of Cups here, I feel like either you or they, right? There is a third party. The Queen of Cups is usually the third party. All right. It's usually like the side chick or the side person. So I do feel like the conflict here, the struggle is, that incoming, right? Somebody came in and turned on a switch, and now, awakening to this new connection is really putting this person in a position to rethink their whole life, as far as like the future is concerned, right? So maybe they thought, okay, this is where I'm settled, this is where I'm staying, but now there's like this spark with someone else. Okay, the Queen of Wands, and again, I feel like this has been very platonic, but there is a very strong connection here, right? So the Ten of Cups is there with the Queen of Wands, because yeah, here comes this person out of nowhere and awakens something else. The World, I do feel like there's a cycle that's coming to a close, especially with eclipse season, right? So I feel like this is it, right? She's walking in like, I'm here. I know that it's like they felt the call. Okay, so your twin, whether it was you or your twin, somebody here felt the call, right? And came, and now it's like everything has shifted. Everything has shifted for you or for this person. Okay, tell me about the Hangman here. And there's a strong attraction here, right? You could be very attractive, or they could be very attractive, or you could just be very attracted to each other. Yeah, the Hangman, clarified by the Queen of Pentacles, because I feel like they're looking at, what they've been committed to for a long time. They're looking at things differently. Okay, this person could be married, or it could just be in a very long, in a long-term commitment, with someone else. King of Wands, but now it's like this person came in and again has awakened something, and they realize, wow, I feel really connected to this person. And it could be, that they're in a space where they're feeling more connected to this person than they are to the person who they've been with for a long time. Okay. Wow. Tell me about the Lovers card here. What is this? Whoa. Yeah. Making a decision to take a leap of faith, to start something new with someone else, somewhere else. Okay. The Fool is ground zero. Okay. This is taking a risk. This is saying, you know what? This feels right. I'm going to go with it. I know that I look crazy to probably the world, and how people are looking at me matters. I feel like right now you could be in that energy, or they're in the energy of like thinking about how will the world look at me. But I feel like the feelings here are undeniable, right? The attraction, the connection, and it's not just like a thing where it's like lustful. There is a strong soul tie here, right? Where you or this person feel like when you talk or when they talk, you want to listen. When you are in each other's presence, it's like the world doesn't exist around you, right? You are fully present with each other. I feel like, especially with the twin flame journey, right? One twin triggers the other twin, right? And they're awakening. And so I feel like that's what's happening here. The world is at the bottom of the deck. So yeah, this is about divine timing, divine intervention. It's also about the closing of cycles. Wow. So what are the blockages here? What are the blockages here? The Four of Wands. The blockages are that this person is committed somewhere else. Okay. That's what, yeah. Bottom of the deck. This person is invested and committed somewhere else. But this is divine feminine energy, right? So this person, again, could have children at home. But also when I see the Empress, this is about the conception. So even though they are committed somewhere else already, this is the start of something new. This is the birth of something new. So I feel like in comes the divine feminine, and this is regardless of gender, all right? So it could be that you're just the divine masculine, okay? But in comes this new person, all right, who again sparks something. There's this pull, there's this deep knowing that this person is meant to be in your life, or vice versa, okay? Tell me about the actions that the collective's twin is going to take. Tell me about their actions. Tell me about their actions. What actions is the collective's twin? The Star. Oh, wow. Aquarius energy. There's a lot of major arcana here. Tell me about the actions. Actions that this person is going to take. So they do, okay, with the Star, it's like, I got the Star, the Nine of Wands, and the Page of Wands. So right now they are feeling a little bit heavy, right? They're feeling like, the Nine of Wands is the wounded warrior, right? And so I do feel like they want to reach out to you, and they will with that Page of Wands. They are going to reach out to you. They don't want to give up on this connection. They're hopeful, but I feel like, oh, with the Hierophant at the bottom of the deck, oh, they do see a future with you, but it's hard for them to, it's like, I feel like it's hard for them to wrap their head around what's happening to them, because they thought that everything was already established for them, right? It's like they had, or you had your idea on the fact that, okay, this is my end all be all, and then this person, this Queen of Wands or King of Wands, whichever, came in and just flipped your whole world, or you flipped their whole world upside down. And now it's like, oh my gosh, like, what do I do now? Okay, they're still hopeful. They still have faith in this connection. They view you as somebody who is full of light, full of love, someone who is very spiritual. And they're really right now in a stage where they're really trying to understand, again, the connection. With the Hierophant there, I feel like they're torn because they are in a commitment, but they feel like they want to commit to you. I also feel like they might be spending some time, you know, alone to process certain things and process how they're feeling. So if you have had no contact with your person and they've just been quiet, it's not that you, like they've forgotten about you, is that they're really just trying to process what's happening, you know, what they're experiencing right now. With the Hierophant, this is also about, you know, religion. It could be that this person is drawn to you, again, spiritually, or you to them. All right. This is Taurus energy, Aquarius energy here, Gemini energy. We pretty much got everything here. Okay. Virgo. So yeah, so I feel like, wow. Okay. What was I gonna ask? Oh, wow. Tell me about this Nine of Wands here for their actions. Tell me about the Nine of Wands. With that Page of Wands, they want to come in, and they will come in and communicate. They will. The Eight of Wands. Yeah, so there is communication. Communication, incoming, fast change as well. Okay, things are changing. Everything changed for them when they met you. I feel like, again, they're mesmerized by you. I mean, look at him. Look at how he's looking at her, right? And for those of you who are experiencing no contact, this is not a time, you don't stay and you don't wait around for anybody, okay? You continue to live your life. You continue to evolve. You continue to focus on you. She's focused on herself. She's focused on making her tea, making her herbs, doing what she do, doing her magic. She's over here in her purpose and in her passion, and he is watching her. He's watching her like, I don't want to give up on this. He doesn't know how to walk away from this. Flip it however you want. He doesn't know how to move away from this. And so he's thinking about how to come in and how to communicate with the Eight of Wands and the Page of Wands, okay? Bottom of the deck, the King of Pentacles. They want to come in. They see a future. They see the possibility. They're aware of how magical and beautiful you are and what this connection could be. And I feel like there are some fears behind everything that they're feeling or everything that you're feeling. You could be somebody that's got a lot of, like eyes on them, right? With that Queen of Wands and the Star. You're magnetic, you are attractive, and I feel like this person is also aware that you are somebody who is highly desirable, right? There's more than one person who wants you. Okay, it's not just this person, but you do feel the connection with this person, okay? Ay, 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 ay. What is the advice for the collective regarding this situation? What is the advice? What is the advice regarding this connection? What is the advice? What is the advice? Oh, wow. The Eight of Cups to the Sun. Keep moving toward the sun. Again, you don't wait for anyone, right? You know what song's coming to mind? Bebé, no esperes por nadie. Tú no necesitas a nadie para disfrutar porque la vida es sola, I think, something like that. But the point is that this person keeps moving. She's worried, not worried. She's moving toward the sun, and she finds the sun. So I feel like your advice right now is to keep following your heart, to keep following your passions, to keep doing the things that bring you happiness, that bring you fulfillment. Because for right now, this person, I feel like, is in a state where they really are trying to figure out how they want to move forward, how, what they're going to do. I feel like a lot has shifted for this person. Your twin is going through another awakening, or their first awakening. You might have just triggered them, right? Triggered them into this awakening. For those of you who have been on the twin flame journey already, and you're just in separation from your twin, or you've just, this person, you find out that, they're committed somewhere else. It's right now, I feel like you're being asked to continue your path and allow them to raise their vibration, so that you can allow them to raise their vibration to meet you. Okay. Again, you don't wait for anyone. You don't wait for, you don't sit around and wait for somebody to pick you. You're not a pick me. We're not that kind of person, right? We don't do that here. So keep it pushing. Keep following your dreams. Keep following your passions. Keep doing the things that ignite your soul. Keep doing the things that make you happy. The Sun card is there. So I know that this tells me that there is happiness ahead for you. For right now, you're just being asked to stay focused on yourself and stay focused on your journey. The Six of Wands, I feel like many of you might be feeling like, damn, like, when is my turn going to come, right? When am I going to be recognized? When am I going to get that position? You will, babe, and very soon. All right, because I feel like union is going to happen, but I feel like for many people, it's going to happen when you walk away. when you actually like walk away. And I don't mean that in like in a in an angry way. I just mean when you release and you understand, you know what, I have to continue to do what's best for me. I can't sit around and wait for you. I feel like that triggers an awakening in them, and there comes your offer. There comes what you've been waiting for, but you're not sitting around waiting for it. Okay, she's not sitting around waiting for anything. She's heading toward the sun, and she's gonna meet that sun, right? I feel like for many of you, this is also about being recognized, right, on a larger scale. So I feel like you're calling in opportunities right now. And so this person, when you walk away, is going to come behind you. I feel like, again, you're going to trigger something in them. What is the most likely outcome of this situation? We have so many beautiful cards here. What is the most likely outcome? What happens when the collective walks away? What happens? The Ace of Cups. That's what happens. Keep your heart open. Allow them to come to you. When you are in your divine feminine energy, you do not chase, you attract. Allow the masculine to lead, to come to you. When you move away from this and you allow the universe to do universe things, God to do God things, when you allow timing to take its course, especially during this eclipse season, all right? Eclipse season is going to change a lot. All right. I'm noticing the sun card in all of these, the sun in all of these cards, right? So the sun may be like a significant thing, or the beach, right? Because here they're in water, you know, here they're on the beach, okay? Here's the sun again, like on the beach. So that might be significant, okay, to someone here. But the Ace of Cups here, when you move away from this, you get the offer that you want. You get the offer of love that you've been waiting for. The Tower. Yeah, I feel like this, again, when you walk away, it is going to trigger an awakening in this person. There are things that are going to happen or that are happening in this person's life that are major changes because of so many major arcana here. Okay, so there are changes that are inevitable with that Tower card. All right, first comes the Tower, and this came out in yesterday's reading. I talked about someone experiencing a Tower moment, but the Tower moment is not just like the rug ripped out from under you and like a shakeup of your entire foundation. Yes, it is, but this is also an awakening, like lightning strikes and you realize something. Okay, literally, like lightning hits the Tower. Look at this. We saw the Empress earlier. Now we saw the Emperor. Okay, so this is somebody who something comes crumbling down because it's no longer in alignment with you or with that person. It needs to fall apart in order to heal. First comes the Tower, the shakeup, the dismantling of false foundations or things that just don't resonate with who you are or who you are becoming. Something comes crumbling down, and then there's healing. Okay? 16, 17. Okay? 16, from 16 to 17, and then you can rebuild. And then we rebuild, and then we start again on a firm foundation, right? So again, somebody may be very stoic right now, maybe keeping their feelings to themselves. There's that ending there with the 10 of wands. I mean, 10 of swords. Okay, so coming to the realization of something, removing the illusions, removing the mask, awakening to their feelings, being honest with themselves about how they feel, being honest with the other person about how they feel. Okay, but again, you don't wait for anybody. You continue to vibrate on your frequency. You continue to sit in your divine femininity. If you are a divine feminine, you continue to move with grace and love. And if you are the masculine, you still don't chase. You still embody your feminine energy as well. Okay? So if you have already extended that cup of love and you've extended yourself to this person and they haven't reciprocated, they aren't ready, you keep it pushing. Okay? Because that person still has some awakening to do. They still have to raise their vibration. All right? But with the Emperor here, it does tell me that, you know, after the crumbling, something new is brewing. Okay? So I do feel like union is on the horizon, but again, I keep getting that energy of something it's like the crumbling is what I'm hearing. Something has to come crumbling down, something has to break apart in order for this new chapter to begin. Because again, I feel like the call has been made, right? Like you can feel the pull, you can feel your twins' energy. A lot of you are picking up their energy. A lot of you can pick up that, you know, if someone had, you know, made the decision to be in a different relationship, left you and was with someone else, you can feel that there's trouble in paradise. If you're somebody who just encountered somebody new, you can feel that pull toward them. You can feel that we're not done yet, to be continued. But you feel that energy, okay? So at the end of the day, you don't lose hope. Keep your heart open, all right? And allow your twin to come to you. Allow them to continue to elevate, and you will meet them up ahead, okay? You guys, I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you did, please comment down below. Let me know how. Let me know if it resonated. Give your girl a like. It helps my channel. Hopefully you have already subscribed, but if you haven't, I hope you consider subscribing. If you're interested in a personal reading or in following me on Instagram, all of that information is going to be in the description box below. I love you all so much. Peace, love, and light.